Okay, so here we are. I hope you got your cup. We can go over some things together now. I think it is safe to say it's officially fall now. Is it? Maybe it doesn't start till October 1st. I don't know. It is cold. It has turned cold here. I don't know. It will probably warm up again. That's just the way of it. But it has been really cold, and I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. I love the cold. It's not been like freezing. It's just been chilly. But it is definitely nice to get out the socks, get out the slippers, get out my robe. Oh, and speaking of, finished. This is a paid pattern. This is the Sporty Cardigan. But yeah, I had started it a couple years ago, I think, and I got almost all the way through it. Finished it almost all the way to the end. I think I was working on the last sleeve, and then I just put it down for a while, and I decided to pick it back up. And so I finished it, and I'm really happy with it. It actually, this is probably the best looking one that I've made. I made two other cardigans, and no, just one. I made one other cardigan, and Ruana made one of those, and it was okay. But I mixed two different yarns. One was acrylic, the other one was a wool acrylic blend, and it could not be washed. Like, I had to hand wash it. So I should not have done that. I should have used the same base of yarn throughout, because when I wanted to wash it, like I said, I had to hand wash it and then lay it flat to dry, which was really annoying, instead of just washing and drying it regularly. And then the other thing I made, clothing wise, and I can't even remember what it was called now. It will come to me. If it comes to me, then I will share it in a few minutes. Anyway, so I had a friend message me, and she said that her and her mother were going through some things and cleaning some things out, and they came across some craft supplies and asked if I was interested, and I said, well, yeah, of course. So anyway, she dropped them by, so I got a vintage set of crochet hooks, boy crochet hooks, and she brought me a big bag of yarn. This is actually half full. It was full. I took the colors out that I wanted, and I'm started an Afghan already. But this was all Red Heart Classic. So I thought I would share that in case any of you are nostalgic out there like I am. But these, let's see, the three colors here are purple, it's really deep purple, really dark green, and then there is a red, dark red. Now it looks kind of orangey, but it's red. So the colors are Patty Green, I'll just give you the names, purple, just plain purple, and this is Country Red. And these are so fun because they still have the price tags on them. They were marked down to $1.27. So originally it looks like they were $1.99. That is really cool. I thought that was very cool. So I wanted to share that with you. Okay. The books were I think to me the most exciting. Although this is very cool that it came in its own case. This is a hard plastic case. So I thought that was very cool. So the books, I got the complete guide, Reader's Digest complete guide to needlework. So this has embroidery, needlepoint knitting, applique, quilting, patchwork, macrame, crochet, rug making, lace work. I mean, this is a huge book. And this is so exciting because I had found this in our church library, a copy, and I checked it out and I looked through it and I was like, wow, this has so much information. I would love to have this just as a reference if I needed something, because it not only has patterns in here, but it has techniques, it has tools, it has tips, lots and lots of pictures. Some are black and white, some are color. It has like hand pictures, just showing how to do so many things in this book. I mean, it's just amazing. And but I had to return it to the library, and I was like, I don't even know if these are in. I'm pretty positive these are not in print anymore, but because it came out in 1979. But I was just thinking I would love to have a copy, and look, now I do. Well, that was amazing. Thank you. Thank you, Lord, for that. Also, this Better Homes and Gardens Forever Favorite Crochet. This was the other book that came in the, I got 4 total. This was the other book I received. So this has the same thing, lots of patterns for Afghans, tablecloths, doilies, pillow shams, lace work, I mean, just all kinds of things. All kinds of things. It's a great book. It's just a great book. This one is Make It Yourself, the complete step-by-step library of needlework and crafts. And this is, this has a little bit of everything also, as far as it doesn't just have like knitting or crochet or sewing. It has a little bit of each. So whatever you're into, this has lots of hats and scarves. There's some sweaters in here. It has a couple Afghans. It has a patchwork blanket. It has you can make a bag, and then it teaches you also how to sew a skirt. There's a teddy bear in here you can sew. It shows how to put in a zipper. Here is a pattern for sewing slippers or moccasins. I mean, to make for your family. There's just lots of stuff in here. This is, oh, it shows you how to make curtains, cushions. It shows embroidery on your clothing. It's just lots of good stuff in there. So this is a great book. The next one is Creative Hands. This is Greystone's Creative Hands, the complete knitting, dressmaking, and needlecraft guide. So this is the other one. This has pretty much the same thing. This has more sewing in it than the other books. This has more sewing, and it does have knitting in it. It has some embroidery in it. It does have crochet, I believe also. It has needlepoint, or it's called canvas. This one also has a huge section on the basic tools for successful sewing. And if you want to get into sewing clothing, this has a lot of good stuff in it, as far as measuring, how to make a dress, how to make a skirt, how to sew a little pinafore. I mean, this just has lots of good stuff in it too. There's a tablecloth section, how to make a tablecloth. There's just lots of good stuff in here. So this also has quite a bit in it. So I am so thankful for these books. I am really, really excited, and I looked through them twice because there is just so much to take in from each one. I was a little disappointed with one thing, and the only reason I'm bringing it up is because I want to ask you if you guys know anything about this. There was a picture in here that I saw, and it was just kind of a background picture. Do you see that? It's actually a vest, a crochet vest, but I loved that pattern in the back. And it says it's by Arlene Mintzer. So I looked that name up, and she has some patterns on Ravelry. Now, I'm not on Ravelry, but I was able to see that she did have those back in 1978. So apparently it's a crochet vest, and I loved it so much I went looking to see if I could find the pattern. I really wanted to make it, but I could not find it. If you have any information, I almost feel like that guy on Unsolved Mysteries. If you have any information about these crimes, you know. But no, if you have any information about this pattern, I will share it again, or show you again. It looks like the popcorn stitch or a bobble stitch or something. It's in the background. Do you see it? It's just beautiful. It's just lovely. And it says it's a vest. But I could not get the pattern. So if you have any information, please post a comment down below. I looked on Etsy, I looked on Amazon, I looked on well, her name, Arlene Mintzer, is on Ravelry, but the patterns were so old, or the posts were so old, that the pattern was no longer available. So anyway, that was sad. Okay, let me share my next finished object with you. This is little Ella. This is the little crochet rag doll I made for my daughter, and I think she is just super cute, and I had a lot of fun making her. This was my first crochet doll, and I am happy with the way she turned out. As you can see, she's flat on the side. There's only stuffing in her legs, in her little hands here, and then in her head. And then I did the hair myself. This is the back. So her arms can kind of flail around. She can, yeah. So anyway, I did the hair myself. I just could not decide exactly what to do. And I got a couple of ideas, but I didn't really want to try that. One of them was kind of making a cap in the hair color and then stitching it on. And then the other one was just making a different color than the skin tone. So, but then I was like, well, I think my daughter would really enjoy kind of hair that she could play with, you know, like yarn hair. So that's what I wanted to do. So I actually started out putting or stitching some yarn on the front, and then well, it's hard to explain, but I put yarn under some stitches, went all the way around, kind of made the hairline first, and then I just did single crochets back and forth, back and forth, back and forth to kind of make it look like her hair. And then I took the fronts, twisted them, and then kind of made a side ponytail. So it has stayed. So far so good. My daughter took the little doll to school and wanted to show everybody, and she was so happy with her. And at first she did say, well, Mommy, I don't like her head. I don't really like that. It looks kind of weird. Well, these are the rag dolls. That's what the pattern said to do. It does kind of look a little bit different, but I like it. I think it's cute. It's a rag doll. It's supposed to be kind of strange. But anyway, I'm happy with it, and I would like to make another one. I think, because I kind of like to keep her. I really like her face too. The first time I've tried eyelashes, and I really like how that turned out. But it was fun playing with the skin tones and the hair. I really wanted to give her red hair, but my daughter wanted brown, so I did the brown. But I really like, and maybe do a pink dress, I don't know, and maybe some brown shoes. I did do the feet differently, so anyway, I did not follow the pattern completely. I did throw in my own little differences here and there. So yeah, but I think she turned out pretty cute. And my daughter loves her, so that's all that matters, right? Alright, next I have a work in progress, which is kind of a fall work in progress. I decided to make a pumpkin, crochet pumpkin, with some of the squares I had already made. So I sewed them together. I put this swirl square on the bottom, and then I put one on the top as well. And then I'm going to make a stem. I'm going to crochet a stem and put it on the top. And then I still have to weave in these two ends. But this is where I sewed it together. I stuffed it with the polyfill, and not completely, but anyway, so it's going to be a pumpkin for our table. It's fun. My daughters have been throwing it around to each other, but anyway, I don't care. It's fun. It's fun. It's very soft. I was like, could we use this as a cushion? I guess you could use it as a cushion also, but I just think, maybe as a decoration, maybe it would be cute. But anyway, so stay tuned for that. Maybe I'll find a leaf pattern too and make a couple crochet leaves and put it on the top. I think that would look cute. But I like how it has different fall color squares, and maybe I could even take some yarn and kind of tighten it on the sides to make it look like a real pumpkin. I could do that. So anyway, alright, I think that's all I had to share with you today. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. God bless. I will see you in the next video. Happy fall.